it's official. We have now reached 100% across the board. We have completed the mainstream career mode, and we have completed the Tokyo career mode. Now, there are a few more things that I need to do before closing this game off once and for all. And of course I will have to test out the cheat codes afterwards, but before we get on with that, let's do a miniature tour with the Pagani Zonda, because, well, the current wins I stand on are at 372, and well, I'm convinced in saying I can turn that 72 into a 75. And how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to do one race in each of the 3 cities as kind of a totem, just to say that this is pretty much where I will finish the game. So, exiting the Tokyo Challenge mode, and we're going to go back into the career mode, and I will head over to San Diego and head straight to the garage, because there is some customization on this thing that I really want to do. It's also because, well, I have a boatload of cash, so it's kind of obvious to say that I more or less want to do this. So, let's get it on. So, starting off, we will put on the nitrous upgrade because, well, it's cheap. And also because it's the only upgrade I can realistically put on. And I'm also going to put on a manufacturer vinyl just to see which one is better. You know what, just because it says Pagani Zonda on it, I might actually go with the second one, just because it gives a little bit more style to the roof. Yeah, let's go with that one. And I will... let's make this thing... yeah, let's make it red and blue. And as for the license plate, well, I'm going to change this by putting in the word... you might be able to see where I'm going with this, but if you haven't figured it out already, then, well, you will in a minute or so. Yeah, that should do it. Zonda. And now I will put on the badges, because this is a dubbed out Pagani. And I will now head over to the body shop and see what there is for me to do. Looks like the only thing I can really do here is tyre profile, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on Pirelli tyres, and let's put on a set of... sure, why don't we... I'll go with... sure, let's go with GNL. And now I will move on to the neon, just because I want to give this thing some light. Don't really feel like I need to change the colour of the body. And you know what? I think I'll be okay with that. This is what we are using for our tour. But just before I go out and race, I might as well put on front and rear decals, see if I have a Pagani manufacturer vinyl here, just to, you know, sponsor the company. And no, I don't. Is there any for the Zonda? No, there isn't. Oh well. I'll just put on GNL on the side of the car. That's probably what I'll do here. Just for the sake of confidentiality. Yeah, let's go GNL. And I will change that to black, just so it's not hard to see. Okay, I'm pretty much done now, so let's actually go racing with this thing, since I have only spent about less than 17 grand modifying this thing. It'll also be interesting to hear Oscar's voice again.
Now you spent all that money, what's your excuse gonna be when you lose?
I don't know what my excuse will be, baby. Anyway, I'm here to do a 3-race tour, and as to which one it is I'll be doing, well, I'm just gonna think about this my way. I don't want this to take too long. I'm only gonna do about probably 3 races, 1 in each city, and then I think that'll more or less do it. Yeah. I'll go with split decision. And here we go. I also figured, well, it was necessary for me to give the Pagani a showcase because, well, I already gave a showcase to the Cadillac 16 I won from achieving triple-digit figures in the main career mode. And mainly we have got Kawasaki's and a Mercedes-Benz. Well, let's see how we go. Fuck. Why did I not just practice? I would have been so much better practicing. For fuck's sake. I'm really starting to regret my decision of not practicing. Unless I can somehow get back into this one. I knew I should have practiced before getting on with this. That would have been an infinitely better decision than taking the approach I took. You know what? I'm just gonna do that for a second. And then just take it off. Okay. Well, I got the win second time around. But I doubt it's gonna give me anything confidential. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna move on. So those are your race results. Let's now move on.
What'd I tell you? You was racing a fool.
There is Oscar. You know what? Because I have not recorded a replay in San Diego... No, I'll continue. Even though the mainstream career mode is done, I think it's at least worth it for me to give going for another few races another try. Well, basically just me going through... Let's head to Atlanta now for race number 2, because that's basically how I'm doing this. We've done our race in San Diego, now we move on to Atlanta. And where my nearest race is right there, so I'll just do Cemetery Circuit, because it's literally the closest one to me. And because it's a course I know well, so... kind of obvious, really. But anyway. Let's try and see if we can do better than we did before. I hope. But anyway. Oh god. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck these tunnels. I hate that underpass. It always feels like every time I cross under there, it just feels like inevitably I'm gonna wreck my car. Regardless of how hard I try to avoid it, it just seems almost inevitable that something is just gonna cause me to wreck. Unless I can somehow get well out of the way of the pillars. And now I flipped my car over. Isn't that brilliant? Luckily, however, this is a 3-lapper, not a 2-lapper. Haha! Tot that, you bastard. You ain't getting me caught up in that shit again. You've done it to me twice before, but not a third time. And there we go. That only took a minute, and basically I beat Charlie to the line by 4.68 seconds.
Yeah, homie, I'm impressed.
Okay. You know what, yeah, I'll get my replay here, just because I have not really done anything in Atlanta recently, since the US Championship that I won. It just seems inevitable that every time I cross under that bridge at speed, it just always seems inevitable that sooner or later I'm just gonna wreck myself by going straight into the pillars and having almost no chance of getting out of it when I just go in there at mega speed. Unless I can somehow change my direction. Oh, I only got caught out by the tunnel once. Which surprises me, but nonetheless, I still scored the win in this race, first try. And I did manage to mitigate the mistakes once I got back into it. I'm just glad to say this was a 3-lapper and not a 2-lapper. If you're asking me if the lift through the tunnel was necessary, my immediate answer to that is yes. Otherwise, it would have just been catastrophe. I'll probably just use that shot. You know, the one before I crashed into the building. Whatever. Hopefully you understand. Anyway, one race to go. And that will be in Detroit. So, heading over to the Atlanta City Movers now for what should be our final race in this miniature tour that I have decided to do across the US in my Pagani Zonda. And hopefully, if it's possible, this will be a worthy send-off. On now to Detroit, our third and final city of the tour. And now this is where we will end it. The home of the automobile, baby. We end in Motor City. And in terms of the race I'm going to do, yeah, let's do around the city. Oh, on second thoughts, let's not do around the city. It's an unordered race. Let's do... I don't want this to take too long, so... let's do... yeah, I'll just do River Dash. I don't want this to take too long, and also because I want to do some research on the cheat codes after this. As of which we do have quite a few of those to check out, but I will get round to showing those next time once I have an understanding of them. I am not treating this thing with the respect it deserves because I keep running into shit. Oh well. Anyway. Final race of the Pagani Zonda US Tour. Or whatever the hell it is I plan on calling this. Anyway. Third and final race. River Dash. Because I don't want this to take too long. So I've got a Lamborghini, another Pagani Zonda, and a Merc CLK GTR as my opponents here. Yeah, the AI is still just as wildly unpredictable as ever, and for want of a better phrase, because I got wrecked, they basically fucked me. And that's probably not the only thing that's really fucking with me. It basically happened after I hit one of those fuel fillers, and then basically everything else just went downhill from there. I thought for sure I was going to be okay, and in some cases I probably would have been, had it not been for me just basically getting my ass ripped out. Basically by another Pagani Zonda that literally thought it was a good idea to just intentionally block me. And in some cases, he almost killed me. And I think that was probably when I knew my run was ruined. And in all honesty, my skill rating is probably ruined as well, but you know what? I don't care. People can say what they want about me, but At least I'm audacious enough to admit when I have heart. I don't know if I was at fault at that or not. But I can definitely say it seemed skeptical. Over whether the misdemeanor was my fault or the AI's fault. I don't know, and I personally don't care. Anyway, we finished the tour over Walker, Bird, and Ivana. And wherever the 5th placed car is, I simply don't care. Oh, there he is. Okay, whatever.
Oh, now you think you're in the game, huh?
Whenever the AI does not intend to fucking murder me whilst I'm on the road, yes, I probably do think I am in the game. Anyway, so 3 races down. I think that's pretty much gonna do it. So let's now exit to the main menu and look at our stats again, since I end this off in Detroit. Oh, okay. Apparently my skill rating has gone up to 68 now. Maybe that's because of the win I had. Maybe that's because of the first time win I had at Atlanta. Okay, anyway. So, these are my final stats following my miniature Pagani Zonda C12S tour. So, 375 wins, 826 total restarts. We won all 19 tournaments, got a skill rating of 68, one skill rating away from a nice skill rating score. We've beaten all 26 racers, unlocked all 94 vehicles. I finished second 95 times and third 43 times, and we've got 100% across the board. Or triple figures across the board, I should say. And my total earnings in the end were just over 4.9 million. And in terms of our vehicle stats, these are some of the stats that the game cannot be bothered to show me. But all in all, I drove a total in the end of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 vehicles. And that's if you're discounting the police vehicles, which I will probably be showing off in the arcade. But anyway, and the vehicle I wound up driving the most, so the vehicle I won the most races with was, of course, the car I started with, my Volkswagen Golf R32, and drove a total of 472.6 miles. And the car I drove the most in terms of mileage was the Lotus Esprit with 610.7 miles. And those are all my other stats if you account for me basically restarting tournaments so many times in this game. A lot of these can be contributed to that, if you're asking. But anyway, doesn't matter. The only thing I really need to think about now is how to get through the cheat codes. So these are my other stats. I'll probably go through all of those in the next episode, after I've tested the cheat codes to make sure they work. But anyway, there we go. The Pagani Zonda tour is now finished, and next time we will be looking through some cheat codes, coming in the next episode of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Stay tuned for the finale. Peace.